In this video, I will do a quick guide of how to use the DJI Pocket 4. First of all, to power it on, flip the screen. It will power on. Then, if you want to start a video, hit the record button, and there you go. You start a record button. Fun fact, you can press and hold this button to cancel a recording. Otherwise, you simply press on the record button and it stops the recording and you got a video. That is as simple as that. But you might want to do some more things with your camera. There's a lot of features that I encourage you to just take a look at. You will learn a lot just by swiping your finger down. Go into the setting gear over here and just look at all the settings that you have here. Just take a look at them and you will learn a lot. This camera can take video, of course, but it can also take photos. If you hit here, you see the lower left icon you got is the mode you are into. And when you hit it, you can see the other mode. So you can do panorama, you can do photo, video, low light video, slow-mo video, and motion lapse. Well, motion lapse include time lapse and hyperlapse. So it's a time lapse mode with some other features. I've got a lot of tutorial. There's some about time lapse, there's some about everything. I just want to do a quick tour of what you can do. You also have here a zoom button. Let's go back to the video mode. If I press the zoom button, it will go to a 2x zoom. And the 2x zoom is lossless. It's a zoom on the sensor, but you don't lose in quality when you do that. You can go further away. Actually, I'm doing it with the joystick over here. But over 2x, you lose in quality. So don't go over 2x. You can change the function of the joystick here by tapping right there. So now this will be the gimbal that I control. If you swipe to the left, from the right to the left, you can enable a pro mode that will let you set your exposure, your white balance manually. You got a couple of features. You can choose your color settings. You can choose a lot of things from here. From down to up, you can choose your frame rate and you can choose your resolution. You can go up to 60 frames per second. If you want to have something slower, you will need to go into slow motion mode. This one will be still expressed in frames, but in X. So 240 frames per second is 8 times faster than 30. And this one will actually record a file in slow motion. You won't have it at a high frame rate at a real speed. It will be already in slow motion. The night mode is simply a video mode with over processing on the image. Sometimes it might look better, sometimes it might look worse. And otherwise, you have some features over here. You can create custom mode. So if you would like to have not something, if you shoot regularly something with the same light settings and you want to have the same frame rate with the same white balance, you can create a mode. So basically, when you go into the pro mode here, you can modify your stuff, and when you record a new custom mode, it will record the way it is actually, and you can go back to that mode easily later. You can connect microphone here. So if you have one just like that come with it, you can use the sync button over here to sync it right there, and you will have a better audio quality. You got, this is the light settings. You see that light that can come up here. That is now on. You can control it from there. choose the temperature and the brightness of it. From there, you can also control it with the button that are on top over there. You got gesture control, which is, let's enable that. If you triple tap on the joystick, it does half a turn. So now you can see myself, and if I bring my 5 finger up, it should start following me. So now as you can see, if I move, it does follow me, even if I move behind the camera. Just bring the 5 finger up again, and it should stop. If you do a peace sign, this should start a recording. There we go. And it should do the same thing if I do another peace sign. There we go. What else do we have? That's the settings that we saw earlier. You can lock the orientation. So for example, this, you see, if I want to record into that orientation, I can do that. So basically you can, now I cannot turn off the screen because I set it that if I turn the screen, it will power off instantly. But if you want to record in landscape mode without turning the screen, this is something you can do here. So you got auto orientation, always landscape, portrait, or auto. Then what is this one? Rotational speed. So it's how fast a gimbal will act when you move. Default, it's great. Then you've got the gimbal mode, which is very interesting. The gimbal mode, you see you've got, for example, this follow mode that will, let's return here, always smooth your movement. I said follow, please. What's happening? See, if I move from left to right, it always go into that direction. If I point down, it point down, but it will always keep the horizon steady. That's the follow mode. You also got the tilt lock that will do the very same thing, except if you go forward, it will keep the horizon level all the time. See, it moved from left to right, but always correct the horizon. Then you've got the FPV mode that will smooth everything, but it will always follow your movement. And the other one, the FPV, there's 2 FPV mode. The difference between those two is that when you recenter, so for example, if I point down, when I recenter this one, it recenter it level to the, come on. Which one did I get? FPV. Maybe because of the orientation, if I go in over there, okay, like that. You see, if it point down and I re-level it, it will go level. And if I go into this one, it will always, if I recenter it, be in the same orientation of the screen. So this acts more like a phone, for example, or a regular camera or anything. Personally, most of the time, I leave it on follow. There's something else interesting here. Yes, here you can register your face as a subject for the gesture over here. Maybe there's some other features that can be useful for that. The custom button here is a menu that you can access from here. The custom button, you hold it, you access the very same menu, and you can program something for the single press, the double press, and the triple press. Personally, what I did put here, well, that was the fill light, but by default I set it to rotate gimbal. That way I don't have to triple tap on the joystick to rotate the gimbal. The double press, I set it to switch from C1 to C2. So I've got two modes that I want to switch between. That's what I did. And the triple press, there's only two options, but it's a switch between follow and FPV mode that we've just saw. There's something else interesting here to see. You can activate a grid, the volume, you can enable or disable the selfie flip, and you can change the internal storage or SD card where you want to record, or you can format the memory. But that's pretty much it. It's a device that is very easy to use. There's a lot of settings that you can play with, but simply play with it and have fun. I encourage you to take a look at my other tutorial video about this camera. You might learn a lot of other things, but yeah, for the rest, don't care too much about all of those settings. It's a camera that works really, really well with all the automatic stuff. Simply turn it on, record, and use it. Oh, very important thing, the gimbal. See, you can lock the orientation. For example, you see here, if I go down, it go down. If I move right, it move right. But if I press and hold the joystick and I point down, it remain in the same orientation. Now, yeah, of course I reached the end point, but see, the point is that if I hold it here, you see it always remain in the same orientation no matter how I move. Maybe it's easier to see if I point it toward you, but if I hold it, whoa, that maybe was a bit too much, but it always remain in the same orientation if you hold it. So this is it. I hope this was helpful.